everyone, welcome to another Stitches and Scribbles video. My name is Erin and today we're going to be working on another craft fair tutorial. This is for an item called a dust mitten that I created when I realized that blanket yarn picks up dust really well. So I decided to create a product to kind of go with that function that I found. For this project, you're going to need knitting needles or a crochet hook of your desired size. This is definitely something you can do in crochet. I'm using 8mm wooden needles. You're also going to need a blanket yarn of your choice. I am using the Yarn Inspirations Bernat blanket in the color, what color is it? Light teal. This comes in a bunch of different colors. You can also just kind of use whatever you've got on hand. If you use this blanket a lot, if you use this yarn a lot, this is a great stash buster project. This yarn is busting out of the label. All right, I have found my center pull, so I'm going to pull out a little bit of yarn so that we can get going here. Now you can do this in just a basic single crochet, half double crochet, or knit garter stitch, which is what I'm going to do. All you're really going to need to do with this is make a rectangle and sew it up at the end, so the stitch choice is totally up to you. I'm going to start by casting on 25 stitches. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and I think I'm actually just going to stick with 20 because that looks like it's going to be long enough for what I am doing today. Then you're just going to do garter stitch. So knitting just as you would normally for every row across. I also really like giving this not as a gift for like a birthday, because I'm kind of against giving cleaning supplies for celebrations, but as a like housewarming gift, or if you know someone who's been talking about needing a better dusting tool, this would be great for that. But again, all you're really doing is creating a rectangle, so you're going to keep going until you reach your desired length. I like to have mine so that the stripes of my stitches are vertical, if that makes sense. So now that I'm done with this row, I'll kind of show you what we're going for. So you're making a pocket that your hand can stick in, and I like my hand facing this way, so the number of stitches I cast on is actually the length from my wrist to my fingertip, or a little longer than that. So you want to make your piece long enough so that it can go all the way around your hand. So I would say we're probably looking to make about 8 to 10 inches of length for your piece. You can go longer if you want, you can measure it out, but I kind of just lay my hand flat and see if it folds over twice around my hand. So go ahead and finish your rectangle and then come back here for the finishing steps. Once you've got your rectangle finished, it should look something like this. So again, in order to check that I have it long enough, I just fold it over and place my hand on top and make sure my hand is going to fit inside comfortably. When you bind off and trim your yarn, make sure you leave one end really long so that we can use it to sew it up. I'm going to feed this end through my yarn needle. It can be a little bit challenging with this yarn, but they do make bigger yarn needles if yours is not working. And then I'm just going to mattress stitch up the cast on and cast off side and then across the top so that there's one opening left for your hand to go through. I have had one of these now that I have used for probably about a year at this point. Really handy for dusting off shelves particularly, because you just stick your hand inside of it and swipe. I also kind of just keep it out and available in case I notice a shelf is dusty, because I find that I am more motivated to clean if my cleaning supplies are kind of just available, if that makes sense. Another good way to use it is if you want a more intense clean, I guess. You can always spray it with a surface cleaner. I like to make my own with mostly apple cider vinegar and some essential oils and some water. I'm going to apologize in this clip if you can hear a fan noise in the background. I'm filming in my basement as I usually do with these tutorials, and something is making noise in the background, but that's okay. Here is what the finished dust mitten looks like once you have sewn the edges together and woven in the ends. Really nice for just swiping down furniture, shelves, all that stuff. For pricing these at craft fairs, I usually price these at $15, which I know is not getting the most profit for the amount of time it takes. These take me about 45 minutes to knit, but that also seems to be kind of the cap that people are willing to pay for cleaning supplies. So $15 seems pretty good. You could always up your needle size so that you don't need to do as many rows. There are even bulkier versions of this blanket yarn that you could use to increase your speed, stuff like that. But I really like these. They're definitely a handy home cleaning tool, and they'd be great for craft fairs. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check me out on other forms of social media, make sure you check the description box below for all of that information. If you liked what you saw today and want to see more crafty things, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you can get all of my notifications for my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone!